Abusia abo yamamadro. Emma Muna Akwaba Eba Power 97.9. Kasafidie so nkran Abebrese Street ena Yebutu Radio XYZ 93.1 TV XYZ ena wani ene waso eguso a wohwe etie afa Ghana afana nyina na Kasiebo emu hwam na emu odenti no ye to apete afa Ghana afana nyina mo bi anya bi etie anya bi nso ahwe Volta Power 94.1 wamu ewo Global FM wo sharp 106.9 Watakra de Instruma 92.1 wonkan kwanta Buem FM wo jasika jinyame ewo Sampa nananom ewo Ahafugo so West End Radio ewo Lembele KFM ewo Baza Ingrigi FM wo Bole Rich FM ewo Asin Fosu High Radio Bechemo T Radio Dambai when Pan Sampa when FM wo Pussy Gabno FM wo Sunyane Nyansapo ewo Shama Gateway ewo Nkwanta South Anapua FM ewa Kenya ase ena Nyinuase Radio ewa Ketekrachi omo nyina ekutam ena omo je Kasiebo ama adehye no nya bie atie ewa Ghana fana nyina Apple 68 ewa Virginia Dice Radio Italy Adamfopa Radio ewa Paris France G Live Radio UK OPD Radio ewa UK Loud Silence TV Kasiebo nam so adehye no etie bi na wo mahwe bi e de afaso na ye ka mo se Kasiebo kra ye de ebremu Power 979 FM o phone no o fa na uko Facebook no so a na wabo Power 979 FM na wo de atoso wo de comment ba e na ebenyamre na yakan bi e de amaw TV XYZ so obetumi de comment atoso ena Radio XYZ 93.1 and so ubetum di atoso sanso ena mo YouTube no XYZ broadcasting also ubetum de comment afa ho ni nyina ye bekenkan amobia eni agensem ya de bayi na edi mu akotre no bi ni
ena yera Roxanne Nelson Dafia Makpo na wo Supreme Court wa bra kwandai ho eye ensusanso ya Supreme Court na ase ne baye na mo kira NDC amanyoku betu sansem ne ho anamo na asamfo fro ye ne so free mu ababetodwa ene se NDC fo eni ajepa NPP fo eni ajepa papa gari ni mako eni aje matinyindam so eni aje wo sansensemi MPP amanyoko ne bo amane se nyame yadoma memenda abato wo no mbeto no ne nyina no omeba bebo no tofa e wo party headquarters eni ntimanfo nhane so Professor Jena no poku agyeman akasa e dia fa enkwadase ye de wo mbewura police senkanka entotofe wa no Western Housing Minister na wapiemu wo government accountability series ase den sma wodo pino na atodwa efa dansie en hunsemu wopani ya friend ne po e de atodwa say Ghana hade ye kanipo de policies papa de baye e wo mama nyoku anya kufuado e yowura Dr. Mahmoud Bawuru Ghana Nsentwofo ko Ghana Journalists Association de atodwa kyerese bibia kwaso bokone ne potemo fa nsentwofo hunenso e kamia kwase mpanufo yi wo mani hokotwa wo mo twa adwen de esiso Dr. Johnson Asiamayo governor Amrado e wo Bank of Ghana de atodwa say policy rate yana 18% no say wamodi aba 15.5 and a Green Africa Youth Organization gayo womonso ade dwuma bi nyina yese ye ka wo mo eboabo bola no ede wo mo ahyekine ba kwase no mo di dwuma ese efata abo ama ya ho ne die ho nsema wiemu die na ye bopini amanone na ye kokkohwa se ye dikan adi nkomode amamo e o Minnesota no ma ekoso e wo ho emunsem e wo ho Sansura President Trump sign akasabiem na asama wode ababetodwa this time round ne dia no hye papa eno ye bebo awuram President Tinubu so akwakote ahwe eno guase aka no pa e wo Turkey ya emunsem e wo ha ni nyina no ye bedi nkomode afa ho President Trump say oba ye wa mamamfo nya cast rough omo a won person benya ska nyina obi anya ska na won pekra na ni nye sa mamfo bi won person benya ska omanya nya ska sa ye rough on pekra anti emunsem wo hebedi nkomode afa ho do so pa aresba mansem wani afoforo pi na ye de ba don hweba ku ntem ye mfa sira manwume ko a wo bo echi don pa specialist eba wo mo ebo ama hepatitis no we haye no ase to medimosis so bo the left capsules abo am liver etumi anya hode de ne dwuma MTN say what free after one extra aba eno nti kasa don hwe ne anti usimensia pe extra mineral water ensu kroje wo adwama so to pon wo ye ye ensu ya wo hia ni tebote nana wɔn nso boa yɛ cars no asɛsɛ no wɔn ɛwɔ garage kama yɛde bɛhwɛ na yɛsiesie ama Roman Ray Chinese Hospital ana clinic nso wɔ hɔ wɔn nso so ɛde akwan ahodoɔ so ɛboa tua yɛade aseɛ pɛ the best garlic mixture yɛ wɔ adwama so a ɛyɛ 3p garlic mixture drowei ɛgye nkwa papaapa Ruta natural product deɛ malaria how typhoid tete wo a waduro ɛwɔ Ruta nsɛm Spanish garlic mixture ne capsules nso hɔ a ɛbo obi a nase atata yɛ arthritis ɛne halitosis. Let's talk educational consult hɔ wɔsi ɛma no afei no madi abosom nsia ɛde kɔ mfie nsia no wɔgye wɔn atete wɔn mo ama wɔn nyini abɛyɛ akandifoɔ papa nnwumako yi afoforo bi ɛka ho ɛna wɔn atua yɛbrɛ ho ka
bidi ɛde ɔheneba boama bɛneɛ okumangra diwanf mene
ama poma checheku
afei ensɛm no ni mobakae a kwandai abatoɔ ɛba so ɛma abatoɔ no awie no ɛba beto dwa sɛ owura matu nyindam ɛna wadi nkunim NDC amanyɔkuo no mu nipa a wɔgyina mu no ɛde ba beto dwa sɛ da bi abatoɔ no enuamu bi akɔso ɛno nto ante ase de nsɛm ɛde kɔkɔdan ɛyɛ high court ɛma court no ɛtena ase yɛ ɔhwɛhwɛ nsɛm no mu ano asɛm a court no ɛde beto dwa sɛ abatoɔ no kra no benkum ani nkunim ne fa so ani nkunim nti abatoɔ no yɛnsan kɔ ne yɛnkɔnkɔtɔ no foforɔ NDC amanyɔkuo no gu so a wɔyɛ ahoboɔboa sɛ abatoɔ no yɛbɛkɔ akɔtɔ no foforɔ no ano ɛna owura matinyindam ɛde mirika ɛde ɛkɔ ɔman court baatan Supreme Court sɛ wɔde nkunim abatoɔ no mu frenkyem kamakama ne yɛpɛ sɛ yɛkyinkyim ne nsa kɔto abatoɔ no ɛfoforɔ yɛkɔ foforɔ so ehwe ana amoa no ɛno nti court no hwehwɛm ampa court no ɛtra ase no nipa maako num apiemfoɔ ɛna tra dwa mu ɛba bɛwie akyire na emu ɛnan sɛ owura matiw nyindam abatoɔ no ɛto yɛ no nkunim die no wɔde ne frenkyem ɔnkɔfa ne tumi ɛne so emu baako pɛ ɛna ɔno deɛ n'adwen ɛkɔ different kaa sɛ ankɛbɛyɛ a ankasa deɛ high court no ɛkaayɛ no yɛnyɛ no saa pɛpɛpɛ ɛmfa ɛma ne sɛnti ama ɛne pp ama nyokuo no ɛne gye abɔ ma fam papapa wɔ mu afili paa na mmaranim ni ɛde ma owura matiw yindam ɛyɛ gari ne mako ɛgye simple gyina simple so ɛne amanfoɔ twetwe nkɔmmɔ ɛde fa deɛ kɔɔ so yi.
Supreme Court has spoken emphatically. The decision of the Tamale High Court was made without jurisdiction, and so the court has quashed it and is hereby quashed. So Honorable Nyindam still remains the MP of the people of Pandai. So we call it still maintained. Thank you very much.
The majority in Parliament say that they will consider the option of a review. They say they disagree with the decision.
If you come to court and you have 4-1 decision, you can come up review. Review, they will add 2. Therefore, we change your position. You see, when you come to court and a decision goes whether one way or the other, you take a legal route. What we did as a party, you took a legal route, and the court has said us. So that should be it.
Ti Gary Nimako ɛna ɔde nsɛm dwa sɛ sɛ bia NDC fo so ɔmbɛkɔ review ɛde ne review nipa mako enum atrase emu nan ɛsɛ ane abatoɔ no ɛkɔ fenkyem yɛkɔ review asɛ ne yɛde bɛka o mienu pɛ ɛna bɛka o man nso enum no kora bɛka baako no a ɛkɔ mo hɔ no a ɛbɛyɛ 4-3 still ya wini nti we review bia enimu bia mu a yɛ ho hwe a ɛbɛtumi ayɛ na no ati no ɛna mbisa owura matu nyindam sɛ sɛdeɛ noma ɛkɔ yɛ ɔkɔɔto yi MPP apɛn so anka no obi anim sɛ ɛyɛ 5-0 unanimous decision yɛ bɛkɔ de ama NPP nanso NDC deɛ ɔmo nyɛ no sɛ nti sɛ na hu na ɔsɛ Allah ɛna wɔda no so ɔda nyame ase so nyankopɔn twɛdi ampɔn Supreme Court ɛne mpanimfoɔ ɛne ne kuroma ne n'asefoɔ nyinaa no wɔda obi ase na mmom titiri no nyame dea.
I also use this opportunity to thank the Supreme Court judges for the ruling, because it's clear that the people wanted to change the will of the people of Pandai, but the Supreme Court has affirmed the will of the people, and I'm most grateful to them. I also want to thank the party from the head to the bottom, that is national, regional, and the constituency, for the support they've given me. And the people of Pandai, I'm sure that when you are in Pandai today, you will see the joy of the people, because they voted for me and they expected me to serve them for the 4 years. I also want to thank His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for the support he's giving me throughout. I am most grateful. May God add several years to his current years. And I know by the will of God, he will serve this nation one day. I am very grateful.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pandai mrase bejani metu nyindam ene yatene ken.
Na ewo court nsem ya emono pani a wokọ Ghana mra shebe dwam adom kese no woye majority chief wepo ho eyera Nelson Roxen Dafia Makpo ene no court wo binti asesla no kwa wieye na atemu ne ba ye a wonya akwanya ne central for kasaye no ene wo kyerese no kwasem ne atemu ye free court ba ye de no kwasem ne wo mo NDC fo ase ade na bo wo mo pusakra esan se enye ne sa ho ene na wo mo ehwehwe no na akoba ne senti wo no be hia asamanyoko no madwene kwan a wo mo candidate a ogina mu panda ya bato mpeso so no anamon foforo wo so tu edifa sansemi ho
is to the effect that the decision of the Tamale High Court, the Commercial Division, presided by Justice Brew, I believe, be quashed by a 4-1 decision. Now, as a party, we are aggrieved by this decision, and therefore we will advise our candidate in the matter regarding the next step to take. But the court is a court of equity and of law. We should be interested in the Gazette notification published by the Assembly Press under the authority of the Electoral Commission that was brought to Parliament, for which people like me were sworn in. That cannot be a gazette that will be discounted by the court because it's a public document.
Roxen Nelson Dafia Makpo ode etudwa na waya Kasiebo awie so ene nya akwanya ene penimpa be de chia wono so hwa abato na 18 so de ma NDC amanyoko ni rama de Jibril no kyese atemo ye ba ene de no kwasem nie NDC amanyoko ni de wo mugina de wo mugina ese omanfo ne pe ya nanka wo se de de wa abato a wo moto ne kwandan mu ni asesa no enu nti wonum betu anamon wo sefata e de afasa nsemu ho
based on the 41 police ena or Gazette Day, no. Let court no answer and to give this ruling. If you for that, like I say, Tanya, but as a party, we believe in the rule of law, no. There's so much that will take you to the next
Somewhere Ramadu Jibril or the two Jerry we Kasiebo so.
Na yamongura mu na yanko Ghana man pania be de akire ho. Professor Jena no Fokwadjiman ene okodwumade bi ase okona Akra Kofi Dako edi akire de odi free obaye Akra etoaso
Obinfu na Jeno Fokwadjiman a oye omampanyin abedi akire etua ne semso o se yankasa ahoro edi adanse no kware baako eni se mumesua mu nkyerɛkyerɛ mofra a yɛbɛyɛ niema ede abɔ ho ban atentene ne ene ahonedin nsɛm a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ ɛwɔ wiase nsakra enam ne mu no ebɛtumi aboa yie papaapa emma amamu pa ebetumi akoso ewo mufra won daachi asitina emu.
There are still obstacles to meeting child-related sustainable development goals by 2030, which is just 4 years ahead of us. There are over 60,000 children living and working on the streets in our country, mainly in the urban centers. Many of our children are not registered at birth.
Uchim osi eniema gitigiti abang no betumi aye a abang eniku a won hwe abang ase ebetumi aka bache mu na niema horo a wo bekire ewo ye mpotam horo nyina no betumi abu amamufrei won daache eniema betumi akonkan. Her Excellency Professor Nana Jeno Fokwadjiman edi nsemi etugwa ewo epuemantem akosombo ewo bre a National Development Planning Commission fo won adwenkyire adwumadi a wokoye na UNICEF fo.
Many more remain deprived in terms of health, education, nutrition, water, sanitation, housing, and protection. Child poverty undermines health and learning and increases exposure to violence and exploitation.
Enwechi, Director General, Edinburgh National Development Planning Commission, Dr. Audrey Smoke Amwa enso ekyerem say commission no won any stakeholders betumi aka ba kyerem mu na won atumi e discussion se na be ya mofra won asetena mu ni bambo mu nsem niema be konkan.
As we move forward, the true value of this retreat will be measured by action. The Commission will work with all stakeholders to ensure that the priorities identified here are reflected at all levels so that progress can be tracked and accountability strengthened.
UNICEF Resident Coordinator Ora Zia Chuberi nso ekyirem se omampaninga bedi ekyiri ni bampo a waba wadwumadi na se no e de adanse se you abang prince se obeye nhihye na mofra won dada mu asetena ne omabe konkan.
Excellency, your presence here today, as Ms. Audrey said, it underscores the high-level importance that Ghana places on its youngest citizens. And we are grateful to the government, not just for hosting us, but for leading this entire process with such a clear vision and determination. For us at the UN, it's been an honor to contribute to the space that you have built here. We really, really appreciate.
Nekrokremo ena Director General Edima Ghana Health Service a ono so bekasa wadwumadi no ase ekyerem se obi biara nhwe se omampanyin ne aban won enisuade ho a eno ye 24-hour economy ene mofra nhihye ahoro a wode aba ne nyina no obi ade ne ho begye bi.
Progress on these priorities will not be achieved through fragmented interventions. What is required is coherence between policies and plans, between sectors and districts, and between government, civil society, and development partners. These development issues have been carefully integrated into the current policy framework on the Resetting Ghana agenda, creating jobs, ensuring accountability, and promoting shared prosperity.
Efri akosombo wo epue mantamu no, meeting di Accra Kofi Dakon, Dima XYZ Kasiebo.
Yanto ansam ne so enko yenim ye hwa ne mo sememenda ebe MPP amanyoko ne kwa abato so no makwa yi obi obehim franka ede ama wo mprempre anim se nipanum na atwe wo mutiri e wo sa abato no emu onyame ya adom amemenda wo machita afo de kwayam so ne hu ni pobedi nkunim e wo mum na no aka ho bi amene party for de hye ya ba kire se wo moto aba ne nyina ewia be bia wo ba besi ni po na wo besi ni koso e party national kese a ye no e wa salam down e won kran ha eno nti wo ma papa adwumadi ahodo mu de agu fom a o kire se ye no na sabre no wo begina so na wo mu de asi dwumadi ne nyina pa hunu se ya to abewe ya kenken sunsuanso na ba nipa we asomasi obenten wona enemu a wo firi mu e wo sabato no emu na party nhihye ya wo ma ye ne se ebe fiti ase no miensa anwumre na se nkodu no miensa de party no e wa rehye se na abato no nyina ya wie ya kenkan ne ehunu sunsuanso ya ebe pie mu nti no miensa no nhihye ya wo mu de agu akwa so bi e official announcement kire se de ebe bo ama ne de akire Ghana 42 ne MPP fo a wo mo kwoto abasem abato amoto ye no ehun sunsuanso no nyina enie afa nu achi nipa no ayi no eso mehim franka emfa ema wo mo no ye no so ye beda na di ye be outdooring e de ama wo ya no na afa nu achi ni yama na kwanya na wone party fo edi nkita ho na afa enu achi ni hihye ye wo ho e de ekọ no so wo mo de nyina egu akwa so na amanebo ya wo mo bo kire se we ebe ye formal presentation ya party ne de be ma Womo presidential candidate ne ebeyino no esan say 2028 womani eda so dendenden ese abato no ombeto ne ese tiebia no e wo so mo hwe nipa obeba no etu akonwa na omotumeji tena so ese ntie nu be ya akwanya de edi kan de ama wo ya no eso ne Ghana fo ebedi enkita ho emprempren ya de empanifo no mu a wo mo gina wo sa abato ye emo yera Kennedy akompre kwa Japan wasom samra shebedwani pen Africa na mampani abedi eche ono ane him franka ama manyeko no afra sa abato no emo Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bamia afi engineer kwabna Japan wonu wombi Dr. ya wasedu twim wom na afi Dr. Brian Champon wonu so eka ho ye hwe ni mu ese delegates be se mpema henu na kire wo mo na beto aba wo mens abato mpeso ahodo so na nyina mu no wa besi ni po wo enkra hanti we ya amane a efri MPP amanyoko no matena ye aba
ya mawura mu ani akokodi nkomodo de aka no emfa NPP amanyoko no ehun na de asai asibiem ewa NPP amanyoko mu ene say akakra na abato ete se de poma eka ye no na ebre no edu 31st ya na ye kwa akoto na se say aprobo no ne campaign no obia ye ne de ya obia ebo ne dawro ode ne nsem to amanfo nim se ento aba emfa ema no na Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe aka Napo we ye nipa bia obi anim no pa so kana dwen pa wo kuro we mu tomre bia Napo tumi kasa no wabisa se epani na kasa na kwala ni tomre bi nso de okasa utumu so Napo akasa se wo de aba NPP amanyoku no eso ene wotre mu se ampa ampani ampanu ya ampa na ye hwe Dr. Mamadu Bawumia se wono kura no we hwan ene wotre mu se wo Dr. Mamadu Bawumia ene se de osi edi ne djuma ene PP amanyoku no mu no wonim de djuma de wodi ye no wodi ne yie wabra no ye flag bearer akradema party na wabra no ye running mate anaso ye na Danko Akufo the vice president ene said ye no masikoye no ye ntrase ne ye misase ye to aba ewie ye no ya ye se ya to aba ewie na ye pe obi ate no obi a wo mess up magana sikasem eto ape ye basabasa no hwan ye pe na che no eba womi a anase kenofuriata and a host to be in so ekenofuriata no more. Hwe mama nkyere mo say Dr. Mamadu Bawumia or hono as the head of the economic management team free 2020 ade bano Dr. Mamadu Bawumia Ghana koma body sika budget aye prepare no one for the new who be da Bawumia who be da what kenofuriata trani dem wani ni nuanom na busuafo yo budget wi a Bawumia betibia jimra hye bedwafie ni ya beridi amanate bi iti eba na sen ena wose ekogina ba bi kwaka se wonu Bawumia no se sikasam entoto ya basa wo mamu ene nanado apenso ne no man koyi a yemfa so mo ma emo nanado anase kenofori atamum na Dr. Mamadu Bawumia ne yede sobo ene bebo no na pakasa
o probe cabinet experience. What's that you are drinking man yourself? What you say? Dr. Mamadu Bawumia is probably the longest. Or you're head of economic management team for 8 years. Or you're a cabinet member. Or you're vice president. Or deputizing for president. Or you're acting president. So many times around the Bank of Government. It's you will share almost 5 now. Cabinet upon on your cabinet minister. Yeah. Kennedy cabinet minister. Okay. Say, a man date is a COVID time now. You taking decisions and we are seeing in a prison. No more knew how we went about it. But we are going to take up affairs.
What you know? And was see a probe or what journey yana journey with Dow or yes sensible Bruni Becca. And now say, will be obey to me a D and prepare man you could nima nipenim no integrity. Omo mu gine hwan we Dr. Mamadu Bawumia frima hwan biem eno betumi ababo ntia ba bekasa napo
me multiple probability me serve cabinet 7.5 years. Of course me no more person mo back cabinet in na year adwuma nobody comes anywhere near Dr. Mamadu Bawumia. Okay, to the extent say me am decided say me contest presidency da so ba mu no me contest ya ye pe obi a na dwumu do amongst us small could di anymore. Because I'm on your 7 year, nobody comes in. And now, relevance to governance. Okay. Omo moving in here for the didn't know be by ya. It didn't see that. Vice President be a crying be that. No say ne say me no NDC for can the one economy na I am more Vice President there. Who's the MP before 88 can say economy? Yeah. Can say Vice President must go. Yes, where they go. Can must go. It's a next because the Vice President go economy now. If I could now.
Na po de sansem we de tudwa ene e wo yire pa efem so anopin
Yanto aso NS1 for Shagan Yuma ni adensie ho nsem so Yera Gilbert Kenneth J. Ogopie mo ewo abemo we government accountability series ne na ne bra so no so kona na hwe ho ode ho nso nsem koto dwa ho no obo amane a kye se bambo ampanimfo ye se nsuo yi a ya na abodia asoroche a ya na abobodia ba fie na ba ba ha de hye ye coastal air protection project net mi aboa no blekuso de ne se aduro ho mu nchemu aduonu 25% a we e dia ho san ebre adehia wo motete sampotem ho no mu asekoba se poasoche ne bossa na befia na edi ohaw edi ebre wo mu wo kasa wodwedie no ase no hye se hye bebre na aguso na se dia abaya hye ho bo no obedi bosha ne so pepepe na boa ma se ni suade hunu we etumi abemo kira e be kai a e wo march bosumi wo mfie mpino ne aduonum Ghana mampanim Yera John Dramani Mahama okwa probo e wo sampotem ho no ne sula kope e wokoho agaveji amotinu ketu south emensi ni ho ne wo ni nyina akokohwe wo mo a saa bre na poasoche na body aba won mo so ama wo mo niema nyina asese no mampani ko wo mo moa nanu no hye boso obehwe ama project etumi awia ene ye kase ho nchemu aduonum de ye yakwakodu Yera Kenneth Gilbert J.
You will recall in March 2025 His Excellency John Dramani Mahama visited Sulakope, Agaveji, and Amutinu in the Ketu South municipality, where tidal waves had displaced thousands of residents. During that visit, a firm commitment was made by His Excellency, the President, to address that devastation. True to that promise, I am pleased to announce that a contract was awarded for the phase 2 of the Blekusu Coastal Protection Project. And in August last year, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana officially broke ground for the commencement of this critical project. Currently, the project is 25% completed, and calm has already been restored along the coastline. Additionally, the Lower Volta Basin Sea Defense Corridor has been incorporated into Waka Resilience Investment Project Phase 2, with technical assessments and environmental impact studies currently ongoing. Feasibility studies have also commenced for future coastal projects at Shama Apo, Ningo Pram Pram, that is the Phase 2, and Ada West.
Yes, what for Shagana, Yenumani Adensi Hunsem Soyera, Gilbert Kenneth J. and Yatin King.
Policy rates abafum. Amasiseno, Adredifuane, Wanwa, Wade Baba Ye Juma Fili, any other papa. Na Bank of Ghana Amrado, and na Wade and Semi Edibabe Tuda and ne a day. Wabra Wachiremuse and Penninfua Winimte, and na Asia ye a far a drain, na weno a majority decision. And na woman nyina etra se ebobo hu ehu se policy rate no a ejina wo hawo nchichemu edun wotwe 18% no on person moteso na wo motra se din wo mu se wo hawo nchichemu eye dunum atiripo enum 15.5% and omode to so ebe ye ya wo mo ateso pa wabra NDC amanyoko eba ye no na nadan kwakufu ado eja no 21.5%. Oni Dr. Bamudu Baumia, Owura John Dramani Mahama, eba ya peno se debi, 21.5%, ebema dwadi aye ya, obi kura kwajebo se anase ska to ye bia no eba ne sano a, ebema dwadifo abre pa wo Ghana ha, eti ye ne sano enya de ebetumi aboa yen. Eno, ena opagya mu wateso, ede eba, eye 18%. Wase watrasidi, wahunsa setil, Ghana fo ebre, dwadifo bre nunti, was say a subium edia free 18% no edia babesi 15.5% ene amount for fili any aje papa e was said ye noma esi ekoso na kasa ni nyemu no ena Bank of Ghana governor edi tuja se we no ebetumi aboa madwadie etumi akoso ye o Ghana.
The latest forecast and 6 months ahead survey-based inflation expectations which we monitor. These indicate that headline inflation is broadly expected to be within the medium-term target, barring potential spillover risks from upward adjustments in utility prices and commodity market volatility. GDP growth is expected to remain strong in 2026, with the output gap narrowing. While this may introduce moderate demand-side pressures, the committee, that's the MPC, judged that current monetary conditions do remain tight relative to prevailing inflation dynamics. Sustaining Ghana's macroeconomic gains will hinge on disciplined fiscal policy, strong policy coordination, and targeted agricultural interventions to contain food inflation while remaining vigilant to heightened geopolitical tensions. Based on the foregoing considerations, the committee, the MPC, by a majority decision, voted to lower the monetary policy rate by 250 basis points to 15.5%. The committee will continue to monitor developments closely and take appropriate policy actions to ensure that the gains from macroeconomic stability
Adwa Wadagana Sika Krabia Batang and Dr. Johnson Siama and Yetening.
And a Ghana Central for Eco Ghana Journalists Association, one more friends Central for Shemoma, President Yawadano era Albert Jumfo. Wajina Simpiani Apostle Kasa and Anasam Yese, a Kamia Question and Bobby Brino Yakoso, Ewan Central for Femenkanka, and Yanuanoma, a Bokun says, if you want money dear chip, ya, one more a tumunkra, a day Emma, one wente, 170 pesia TBM. Then watchers I said, Yanemasi corners and penny for not one membi, not enter the bono coswa. Was Central for one more femwa, no question near Behadrin Pa, said the Albert Jumfo Kano, and was Central for Shemunasini.
Threat against journalists in the Upper East region, Boko conflict. Boko as a warning zone for press safety. The Ghana Journalists Association is gravely alarmed by death threats, incitement to violence, and imminent attacks against journalists in the Upper East region, particularly the Upper East Regional Chairman of the GJ, Mr. Abed Sori, in connection with their professional coverage of the protracted Boko conflict. The association considers these threats reckless, criminal, and deeply dangerous, not only to the lives of journalists, but also to public order and national security. Journalists covering the Boko conflict have been openly labeled enemies, subjected to coordinated online abuse, and threatened with death through social media posts, voice notes, and other forms of digital incitement. This deliberate targeting of journalists has created an atmosphere of fear and intimidation that could easily escalate into mob violence if not urgently addressed. The GJ has received a detailed incident report from Mr. Abesori outlining how a professional journalistic engagement was maliciously distorted and weaponized by faceless and pseudonymous actors to incite hostility and issue explicit death threats against him and other journalists. Similar threats have previously been directed at other media practitioners covering the Boko conflict, pointing to a disturbing and real.
Abusiawa Ghana Journalists Association, one more President Sierra Albert for Nkaniati.
Limna aye kuro ketua bia ese nkwanta north abato mpesu yaso eho baby na ahokyera wo mu enemu ne de emu odu papapa ama wo mu de nkotosere de abeto aban ene nyumaku a enhye aban asese wo mu mre wo mu wane nsukom eku wo mu ewo mpotem wo mu kyerɛ sɛ ensuo yi anansen epe kakra yi a asie ama kuro no mu efom nyina kwa asase no emu nyina ahwedwere bema aso obi aseda de pipe abɛhya asase na se atwensuo no nyina wo mu nya ko ketekete mponom ama boho ahodo yi a wo mu etutu yede ma wo mu no ensuo no nyina hwe wo mu nya bi nom epe ketewa yi o ama makwa hunyeyim papa nto wo mu esrese amanfo emro momoa yensantwere ni Ibrahim nso ena okopie ho ene DC twetwe nkomo na DC ye de tudwase ampa wo motu boho ni bia mo pa enso epeketo ye ba ya se wo ma hyeda amanfo ahyeda de dudu ben bia ba be hya asasena se atwetwe nsuo nyina ma keto ba kokura ko ubu nsuo no a ema ama ahonyenya no emu odunto obesre se won a won hya aban ase na asefo no wo mu nyina meboa se de be ya ebetumi etu boho no die mu don kasa said ye be ya that we se pefufuro si a obetumi nya nsuo anom na enkomo no sei ne ko no.
It's right. And then they have facility, there's no water. So we came and then we are giving them 1 tank the rest they are fetching. So we go the second one and go and fetch, so that the community can take water. We can't be doing this to the time that rain will fall. So I'm calling and appealing to anyone or any NGO, anybody who can come and assist us, so that we can maybe double more than the one we are doing, so we can get water, or to come and start, or any help that they can help us to our community. I can say it's not only Lemina alone, about 4 or 5 communities, but their own, which is very, very dangerous that we are start facing. Very soon, the rest of the 4 and 5 too, it will be very, very difficult for us. So anybody who is ready to assist us will be ready to help the person to make sure this water issue can stop at Quintano. Actually, the whole activity, Quintano is one of the districts we have problem from water. There's a community from CB. The CB, Jatopapa, CB, Hilltop, Kapipa, all of them, they are facing the same challenge. But currently, as I'm speaking, for them, they are managing to the time that this place is very, very dry. So very soon, all of them too will be dry, and then we'll have a lot of challenges. So anybody, the government is doing well to help, but we know the government alone cannot do it. So I'm appealing to all NGOs, all volunteers, anybody who touch the heart that it can help us. Even if we've cash, or we can be taught by fuel for the tanker to manage it temporarily, will be very good.
Kujo Isa ena yate ne nkane na nuati no won so wonye nsuo nom na wo pachew na yede ka besi wa yebu nsuo amomo we dodo say de betumi abada krokra na se na wotwe kra na se baba ko a obeda nkra no anya bi adware won eba no sa asefem omo so ejina kwanya no so eda DC asese na daroma enene wa mo munya nsupa enom ente sa jiso mo kodon hwiri be semiensa be 3 hour journey ekoko sensuo ba bia nsuo no kra be kwakoduru no na asai nsuo no kra nya supapa bi nanso wo mu nibie ehwa na mo di wo mani kire eba na sa na ha adwen pento mbesere se Ghana for yemehu ommobo.
The entire community is regulated for these activities. For we ourselves, we don't know what to even say. We are much grateful and we thank God for this great opportunity. And we are also ready for any NGOs to support us in carrying out these activities by providing us water, whereby we can do our activities and to carry out our nursing activities, whereby water, as we know, water is life. Water is an essential part of life.
Till I down, lay as man by this one. The no more what this money. That is actually say, and the Omuba Baba Wires. Nanda Yahoo, I and drown on Yahoo say by Nipabiaba, Susu. Insuanya Papu say, is so home best to Amaya. Omunyan to ye. Now, yes, we saw the and sang Yan Subin. Now, then Yahoo said this is the town as his son should be at the after by saying, Yan Sugar Cran. What the problem is?
Lemina wonwe wenye nsuo nom ena Ibrahim nso edebaye
Yanto aso na eba hunidie ho nsem a yenim se ye wo mo a ya hyeda pa wo mo ebo aboabola no se de be ya nkrofo ballers aka fiefiem ne be yidi free ho na Green Africa Youth Organization Gayo wo magina wo dwumadie bi so ama waboaboa saa domia no so wo de wo nyina ehyekyine ye ba akwase a ebe boa ma hunidie ho nsem so etimi ewiemu edie na dwumadie no ase na mane no bi ye pie wo mo enie. Na sa dwumadie ye ne so adikunu titru ya enonti Green Africa Youth Organization Gayo wo mo de hyehye so se ebeboa ama Zero Waste Cities project a wo de ase wani so no ebeboa ma ahunidie ho nsem etumi akoyie wo my Ghana emo enonti na wo mo a eboaboa bola no na won mo kohwiegu na bi no so eyiye ede frifri miamia hodo no ye betumi nyina ka wo mo abom de o ma hyekine ye ba kwase na boa mo dwumadie mu adaho Fatia Selasi Chawe Glover a project coordinator Edma Zero Waste Cities Project ya Green Africa Youth Organization womo enede bias
informal waste workers bi ayeni omunye nkitamodie some unionization process kan unionization process some be ko Ghana regions nyina no munka informal waste workers nyina mbom into one central body betumi advocate for more rights betumi nya contracts every government ho betumi nya more improvements e wadwuma omoyemu so wo ko ye important mu we are then any California Kitamudi, send a bay on which me explaining Yancy I form is our union way, and a Yancy I am here saying form union way. So,
yɛno no wɔn mu a ɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ adwumayɛfoɔ ne kuo yi a wɔn bɛhyiaeɛ wɔ dwumadie no aseɛ Jensa wɔn programs coordinator Gifty wɔn nso so kyerɛkyerɛ anammɔn ne nyinasoɔ nti ɛnnɛ wɔn bɛ dwumadie no ase
kuo na ɛbɔ wɔn ho ban sɛ bibi to a onipa ayɛ sɛ ɔne ne kasa anaa asɛm bi ba a hwan na ɛsɛ sɛ wokɔ rightful person sɛnea yɛbɛka no borɔfom no who to meet at what time yɛsɛ sɛ wohyia no biribi asi ebi obi ayɛ ɔbɔne wo sika wakɔfa bɔɔla no yɛntua wo ka hwan na ɛsɛ sɛ wohu no hwan na ɛsɛ sɛ wo report ma no hwan na ɛsɛ sɛ woka kyerɛ no akɔla ɛsɛ sɛ wokɔ sukuu na ɔfa bɔɔla daabi nti ne nyinaa no ɔmo a ɔmokɔ abɔnten akɔfa bɔɔla na ɔmo a ɔmo mobilizers ɔmo a ɔmo ka nkrofo bom omo ka bola fo ni na bom as ekuo ba akono
enumu ena General Secretary Edema Informal Waste Workers Association yera inokubio wono so ejebre editu dwa che se kobase ede wo mu eboabo bola ene nwura no ehyekyiriye ba kwase a ebeboa amomanya ene ya obetumi dia kasa na wo mu hawa hodo ye wo ho no yetumi ede akon ede etia
sene omusisisa bola no sisi no ayese nipa baako obinya ne bicycle baako a na onam na osoa bola ana bola no so ebinim soa omunye ba bi ntungu otumi kosoa firi efie baako mu na wakotu agu lorry kwa ho na ofa ne car na okọ enti ye pese ye boabo omu nyina ano na so omu nyina ekuo baako a na yatumi ahwe adwumadi omudi no na ayemra kwan so
ningina emu ena womu nso a eboaboa eye enwura no ye from West Pickers emu bi eche o hawunu bia eye womu komu e womu dwumadie emu.
There are only one side called Presby Junction. Apart from Presby Junction, there is no place again. So you could see most of the times we those refuse collectors going to the various houses. We travel a far distance before we get to the landfill site.
Our health is at risk. But you see that because there are no formal education, and then because we are being identified as informal, we educate ourselves, and then the little knowledge that we also have, that is what we spread across.
The sector of waste pickers, one is lack of respect for waste pickers. Two is the stigma, and which relate to the respect as well. And three, lack of recognition. Lack of inclusion. We were not consulted. People they just take decision against the landfill or whatever without talking to us.
Abusiawe ene dwumadie ya Green Africa Youth Organization wo mo edihye so no emu amane bobino no
na ene wisdom header jome ekopie dwumadie bi asena Dr. Sam Jonah UAE Advisory Board Chairman Edema African Trade Chamber edi atudwa sese eba ebibrim entoto ya ebeboa yenya eya ye mpanimfo no wonye pesmenkum nya kakra na wisdom etoaso
Mampeyin ya ofri Sao Tome and Principe ene amampeyin fo dodo na ene obepie mu e wo Ghana ha wa abra wodi ebibimemu edwadie nhyiemudie kese pa ye wato ne din African Trade Summit 2026 ehyehyɛ so we ena Advisory Board Chair Emma African Trade Chamber Sir Sam Jonah ekyire mu sɛ enwa behia pa sɛ ebibimemu enwa behia sɛ ebibimemu mpanyinfo benya kokuduro na wetumi afa won hyebre ahye won kasa won sem
Africa with its 1.4 billion people, with its vast resources and youthful dynamism, is no weakling. We are the emerging force that can redefine the table, or we will risk being served upon it. This is the moment for Africa to be selfish, unapologetically so, boldly selfish, in pursuing our interests.
Minister for Trade, Industry and Agribusiness, Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare, and Su Echiremu say, aban bomodia say investment say woye key sectors of the economy no wobeye.
When China wanted to dominate electric vehicles, it provided over a decade of sustained support. Africa has every right, indeed, every responsibility to finance its own industrialization. But we must do so smartly, with clear sectorial strategies, innovative blended finance mechanisms, regional coordination, and unwavering commitment to transparency and results.
Wabra Omanpei John Dramani Mahama ebie dwumadie nanu no esan so ehye kina se aban bekoso a enyo beye bia se ne edwadie ye ekoso bibimemu no ebetumi agina brane.
We must break the colonial mode of large foreign-owned concessions, extracting value for the benefit of foreign interests and entities while Africa remains in poverty. And as Sam Jonah said, we must be boldly selfish and claim a fairer share of our natural resource endowments. In Ghana, I'll give you a simple example. We're exercising greater sovereignty over our natural resources. The establishment of the Ghana Gold Board has given us greater control over our gold exports.
Wabra wo hwe se African Continental Free Trade Area ene ne ka ho nyina no obenya esonfa so kese pa ne krakra eno sanso ekiremu ne aban eye e de aboa edwedie ewo ebibimemu.
Africa's industrialization must be anchored in value addition and beneficiation. For decades, Africa has exported cocoa, oil, cotton, timber, and minerals in their raw form, only to re-import finished goods made from some of these same products at many times their original value. This model has deprived our economies of jobs, technology, and revenue. Consider cocoa, for which Ghana is one of the leading producers.
Wey wisdom amane boy ya wade ba ye gina so ade abo afon krato te wa ba ye beto aso.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu mu emunum ni.
Oh Mr. Entry also yare ya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yam nnyo no da se me kire onu ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture yanum bom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada ulcer dro de eno ne Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture
ankom ni nkyiremu
ulcer ye kura eto yefunu ene ensunu mu etuma wo yefunu ekeka wa wogire ho a enye ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye ulcer de a compare Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apinfo abatan a woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedu mienu enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age adwadie nkrato yi atom.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Na kwa me taxi driver na enkane na misisi so misisi na kame na to na twetwe binya 3p garlic mixer no aboa me pa odunu asa miracle bi wadru no se mafu no kra se di sia twimi anka me humi esi so se me humi ana esi so obeka se di bibi hye me so bi no na ye normal ni ti mi bi pi na ti no ti pa me sa 3 days ni na edona anka se de nyankopon di ayi bi ahodi ti ma yi bi nya sam ketwa ana se we de me fro aka so na me fa hye me nkwa no me de abe fa se 3 years ni na aseme gina ho a me mu se shinya hye me kwa me we dia me ko dia mu so much me duru da ba 6 years ni o tema dia me
the Major and the Major. Saya and Nkumi Preko. And then 4 days, and I'm a coto, 3 garlic Mr. So I'm a cousin and coupon when I'm there, and they have no cassie. No one told me, I didn't want to catch it.
3P garlic mystery. Ubenyabi wa memu pharmaceutical shops and herbal shops. Fred Piwak was 024-89-288-24 and 020-100-002.
Hello, Ghana. Payday is here. Stand a chance to win instant cash prizes on Review Scratch for Win. Up to 100,000 Ghana cedis to be won today. Get ready to play Review Scratch for Win to win big on TV XYZ. Stop scrolling and start winning. It's simple. Dial *850*6# on all networks. Choose your card type and select your lucky card for a chance to win big. Play with at least 5 Ghana cedis or more. You could win up to 100,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes instantly. Yes, you heard right. 100,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes. Don't miss out on the chance to win big. Dial *850*6# to play it now. Review Scratch for Win. Scratch it again. Baby Scratching pound. You must be 18 years and above to play. Terms and conditions apply. This game is regulated and approved by the NMA and the Veritas Company.
Missy Menanano. A group passa, I've been bravo to be doing.
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow, na yes, sir. A room maybe crana, me bano timide, or maybe gumi so weekend. Hey, remember, I don't think I'm a catcher say, Yano Medi garlic capsules. Posun, a basis so come. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well. Medi garlic capsules. Yes, Medi garlic capsules.
Medimosis garlic capsules. Boa mamoja dini paduani mu efurusani yi na esiesie oba ne barima mahona wodin. Ubinya edoi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy store frey wo 050-349-4885. Edro yi enye mamofra enye ndi mfie dumiem. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Medimosis. Who ni how FDA ajije din kratuyi atu.
Mama kwaba na yemonwura munko amanone tew na yenko enkonkodi enkomo Nigeria mampani Bola Ahmed Tinubu akohwiase na wako official visit ewo Turkey memu mampani ekoye kokodu ye na wo mo welcome no ye de red carpet say green carpet so edia sehona was sparkling momentum was so na wonante okoba yi atia ye be hu ani buram papa na tiare na wo hwe hadie say ya na chese ye ka chere say wo pani 10 na won tia ne ho kra no he na ya so ne mu a ye twa ne ho tese tadi be rate enti Nigeria man penny bola Tinubu woni o buram watiato papa yatiato watiato Africa fo penko krafo dodo watiato won pe ba bi ntena sanwe wo ho mabu na wonim dia ne nyansa mebu o man akokura papa panimu akokura sei se chenchira amedi president no atiato no yenya no no mfa na hwe asenko no ba bi na de asam atono na president Donald Trump ena waka sei ena wode atudwa se obaye no US obi entu chema no wobaye wa ya de enuoma kofom inflation adropo sikasem ene totuye nyina ene borders wa close ni totally wa America border wo yen tete akura ntumi nwrem ene yebo yen sema no na moma yentie President Trump we an achievement.
Just after 1 year of President Trump, our economy is booming, incomes are rising, investment is soaring, inflation has been defeated, our border is closed, totally closed. And America is respected all over the world like they've never been respected. 1 year, I thought it would take us.
World president, Donald Trump was so close on the border, totally closed. We entered the account to Mingram. And the US, brutal. And now, what they turn them out for them, ni 1 year, by year, dear, why, and what you fans, it is President Donald Trump. And was say, what my man for swing your ska. Almost as some yeska, and yeska, shombotumwa, and only a dear ompe. Sankan says a man for yeska, but all the same, no man for yeskanti, and also can achievement. Donald Trump no. Yan first them wodro emfa Emma power specialist eba hospital. Mami Beatrice Kosua ya. Wa boama jirikajiri adi mema sempa. Won say we e bema na u shia match na wantumi am perform a. Eya na asefem papa na brofo baako a oba bisa wa eya pa ne wawie. Eya o enti eya num jirikajiri. And you no cry the baby sass where you no cry be catch us my brain sorry. What you say? Itianum jirikajiri. Eya pa Fred 0244 544422 0244 544422. Medimosis lift kit capsules no papa bi e wodwam enti eya bomodiana no saduro ni bi na lift kit ne de ahoɔden ɛwɔ mu pa wunya bi a ɛboa papa lifted 100% natural enti ayadura e bolivar ho ban we liver pa yes liver na say and a problem aba ho a lifted capsules and we drew free 0244 068 447 ko ba bi etodro bi obenya bi 0244 068 447 MTN sisi ya me no ka say fa phone no dali star 550 hash star 550 hash na select it free after one and one wo bon komo 1 hour be utua for just 1 minute pe wo bon komo every 1 hour be utua the first 10 minutes no eti utua 1 into free after 1 to utua 10 minutes be utua 1 minute into kasa 60 minutes utua for just 6 minutes pe and when enti almost see amfantu nyina monim say wo de dollar star 550 hash mo amota flash any credit for no wadaroma sabre obebon komache MTN everywhere you go. Ensuo no a yede ye wedding engagement birthday party a eya ema ne hate no eno ye friend ex natural mineral water so nyante ye de a eno ano no na sa ensuo no ena wo de ye sa programs ni nyina wi obewie no beko na efi ba akokra na ho esa se bottle na efenti amanfo wi om sesa kofie what you say enti ex natural mineral water say wo serve hotel wo ye bibi everything program bia no make sure say ex natural mineral water and I'll be serve was simply natural wo batumi afro mo na wa arrange me ye de bia brewo 0596 273546 0596 273546 Adia bakwa ya no se wo car na de bia car no ema problem table tech garage Ghana ena eto ne safro se problem no oye free wo car hospital no fa car ne kowura ho obepie no wayem no say ye accident car ana say car no upese diagnose who problem a ewo ho ana bibia yem policy yenya den table tech garage Ghana car hospital fa car ne ko na wo de wura ho a enya de aka no obesa ba se de tie no abim Tabotech ubetumi afrom 020542 275252 0542 275252 and 0542 961111 Roman Rage Chinese Clinic when him say stroke yade ano hyepa ekum nipa ka ese nipa na China for no mo sa stroke ya no hyepa no omo abayi o mesrew wonu omo eninsa woso na wose say ye stroke akoma yade diabetes wachiri bremo kase wo liver wo kidney Roman Rage Chinese Clinic ena ebesa yade no manije tumi aba etu de bomode na fa ko wɔn bɛtu aseɛ de kudeku ama hoto aba wɔn ne India High Commission ena di nhwɛ no mu Roman Rage Accra me pacho fa number we na from na ombɛgye so 0546 450 672 0546 450 672 3P garlic mixture Piwak natural health for the abedwem no eya wonwadwuma ma ne bro so na edro wei se eye wapo so kotodwe wonsa wona ye utititi we ya adwuma kakra no abrem from agina we yam stress ena eha wo dia na 3P garlic mixture Piwak natural health the aba ena wose wunya bie na eboa wo ubetumi afre Piwak e 0248 928 824 0248 928 824 Ruta natural product Ruta drobi agenkwa na agenkwa ene say Ruta mixture no etu malaria fever sentonton kawa ebetu ase de kudeku Ruta Titanic etu typhoid fever etu ase enye se sauce ano ene Ruta life na ne srade ni padua ni hohuru mu kama ema emu eda ho fan Ruta na drobi agenkwa eya frɛ no 0244 50 3443 0244 50 3443 When me say Spanish garlic mixture and the capsules no eya onwadwuma ma ne bro so wona se tata ya eboa wodwo so bebre bad cholesterol menstrual disorders arthritis halitosis gastric ulcer wadroni friend was 0266 114111 0266 114111 finally let's talk educational consult akwara wanya bosome nwotwe ekosi mfiensia eko school a omoje no admission no omuguso omoje nkwada no ntifo omukọ na onsunya kwankwaye adwuma afei entrepreneurship reading and writing personality development IT training creativity and exploration ni nyina wo kire nkwada no waya consultancy ama teacher training eti koho na enuoma ntumi enkoso wamu tesi nunga estate Mango Street wa Belejo Kuku Municipal Assembly no number ni 0249 069 821 0249 069 821 Kasiebo no ese
ejina na yede ni nyina esie wa ha na we director wada mansa na yebeko no memfa happy birthday yi enko emfa emma jo edin akese we ye jotam seliklim boni jo asemini eti jotam eye seliklim boni and your birthday Desmond Sowa and CM happy birthday ye and confirm our senior couple show more ahoden or ma unyini nche or ma unko wanim or hu unyini na meye eye penny papa e wo we yase na mede nchian so kodi ama me sofo ya oda Methodist asafo no e wo search kwaman Reverend Ohene eye jima papa mechia wanwumre pa woni sof maame megidi se mo ho ye bibie koso kwa manfo hinanzo mechia papa asede kwa matim ni nyina obi abodwuma MCR camera crew Edem DJ Ken ena Felicity go ye makeup medine ama poma checheku nene
ohene ba bo ama bene okumangra diwanf yede mo nyina ase
Bang, bang, bang.